And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to everyone. It is, we are in April 22nd. Thank you guys for joining me a little bit earlier. I don't know that we're going to stick with this time slot after we finish this build, but I really wanted the extra hour to sort of make more progress, and we are really getting there. We'll take a look at where we're at in just a second here, but let's see who's all here today. Lord Git's in the house. Steve Alpha's here. Gergman, Delmar. Hope you enjoyed talking. Oh, what did I miss? One of Steve's checking in. Oh, Hector. It's time actually. Hey, Rod. Raj 1060 is here. Let's see. Anybody else up top? I think that's everyone's popped in. Hey, TJ. So it is a rainy, kind of cold day here. After today, it looks like we've got nothing but sunshine. So I think this is kind of like the last, maybe hoorah before summer really kicks in. 4-year stream when? I don't know. It would be cool. I mean, technically we're like well over 4 years of streaming because it took, I think we're probably like 4.5 years or something like that. But it would be cool to see what the date was of the first stream on the channel, which I think was probably a V0 stream, and maybe do something for that. Hey, Kenneth. We haven't done a celebratory stream in a really long time. I can't actually remember the last time we've done one. Arrived to snow on Friday at Rocky Mountain. Yeah, Steve got back in, I think, last night, and I talked to him a little bit this morning. He sent me a photo of just like the vehicle covered in some snow there. I didn't think you guys were supposed to get snow. I thought when I asked about the weather, it was looking like it was going to be pretty warm. Hey, Colin. So we are back at the Mark IV to Core 1 Plus build stream conversion. We kicked butt last week and basically assembled the entire CoreXY panel motion gantry area up here. And the months keep flying by. Rod, thank you so much, man. 43 months, that's crazy. You're getting inching closer to 4 years as well. Even Matt with the 42 months, thank you too, man. Gosh, got some OGs, some OGs in the chat. Heavy flurries that morning, gone by one. Okay, got it. So it just kind of melted. Yeah, in the photo that Steve sent, there wasn't any snow on the ground, but like on the, I think it was a truck and a trailer, there was quite a bit that looked like it had been snowing pretty hard at some point. So since last week's stream, I didn't want to do much off stream without you guys. The only things I did was basically attach the gantry that we'd built separately to the rest of the printer. So there was a bolt, I think there was a bolt here. Maybe not that one. A bolt here, a bolt here. And I feel like there had to have been some bolts back here as well, but maybe it's just floating right now on the lead screw. The only other thing I did was I did finally tighten down the X-axis rail bolts. It was like the final step in the section. I'll actually show you guys. And I didn't want to forget to do that because I would absolutely forget to do that because normally I would have tightened them down like right away, but the way that the Prusa instructions have you do it is not tightening them down until way later in the assembly process. So this is where we left off. We're nearly done with this segment. The last things we need to do is just some connecting of wires. So we are going to attempt to do that quickly here. So let me get a sip of water really quick. Actually, I'm thirsty. Oh man. Sometimes, like I find water generally a pretty boring drink, but sometimes it just hits the spot. All right, so we are going to, it says from the back. Oh, I just forgot. Okay, I made a mistake. The previous instruction says do not lift from the gantry, lift from the bottom, and I just lifted. So yes, I can confirm the back is not attached. It's just sort of floating. So we will not do that again. And we will just sort of rotate. It's an awkward, it's pretty heavy. Like it's pretty heavy, so it makes it a little bit awkward to move it around at this point. Okie dokie. So where is Okay, so the grounding pin is right there, which means we need a feed. Let's see. I wish I had better lighting behind me. I can't really open the door today. It's just too windy and rainy. All right. So, okay, before I forget, finally got Hector to make, oh, nice. So Fabrico has an official dragster kit. That's cool. Okay, locate the FE cable number 5. I'm assuming it's this guy. And we are just gonna feed this through the slot right here. And then I'll just show a photo on, this angle is gonna be impossible for me to get really a camera shot. So I'll just show in the instructions here. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. Get on there. There we go. Yeah, basically, I just fed the ground cable through here and connected it to this post that's built into the frame, so that way our frame's grounded. Let's see. Plug the FE cable onto the fastener on the underside of the CoreXY plate. We did that. On the same side, push the X motor cable through the oval hole in the back. Push the white LED cable and door sensor cable through the hole in the back panel. Okay, so that's what we just did. Okay, so he wants us to pass these through the same hole, so... Oh, interesting. So, I don't know how that happened, but our zip tie broke. So, if I go like this... Oops. Didn't mean to shove my fingers in the lens. So it's a little, yeah, you can see it. Basically, there's another zip tie slot that's supposed to hide these wires out of the way, and it's just broken. So we will add another zip tie there really quick. Hey, Reverend. Hey, Ranch. Soon, okay. In production, should be around $199 for hardware, not including controller, battery, motor, fans. Okay. Is both Death Racers and come on. Are both Death Racers and Dragsters still like having pretty equal following, or is Dragsters taking over Death Racers? I think they're both pretty cool. I mean, one you're racing, the other one you're trying to stay alive. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I want this to be... It's weird. I wonder what caused that zip tie to break. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Terminally Chill. Okay. Alright, that should be fine. Let's try to cut this and definitely not break it again. Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna shove both of those cables through that opening right there. I probably should turn off also autofocus because it's gonna just grab my hand. Okay, so this is going in like that. And this is going in like that. I think, wait, is that, yeah, I think all of these, yeah, okay, all these cables go through here. Okay, so now we will not lift it, but man, I really am like, my hands default to wanting to lift it from that top hole. Had 17 dragsters Saturday and 18 on Sunday. Nice, okay. Death Racers outpace the dragsters. Have a kit for self-source, that's fair, that's fair. Self-source definitely adds a whole another layer of logistics to it. Okay, so we should have 3 cables we shove through here. That seems correct. Guide the fan cooling. Push the cooling fan and thermistor cables through the oval hole in the back panel. Okay, oh, that's a pretty small, kind of a small opening. Let's see. Actually, a really small opening. Might need to use. I'm gonna change camera angles for a bit because you're just gonna see otherwise my, yeah. I think I might need to use like just a driver to help poke it down. Yeah, it worked. Okay, and then we just have the thermistor, which is a much smaller cable, so it should go right through. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that cable looks like it was. Oh no, there's some more length. Hopefully there's enough length on this guy. Okay, we'll see, I guess. So we're going side view. What did I just drop? Hey, Candyman. Brought a Jabberwocky toolhead for the Voron. That thing is great. Nice. You already got it installed? Okay. So on the right corner, locate the Y motor cable. Okay, so there's one more cable. I'm just gonna shoot this guy. It's an awkward angle. There we go. Okay, I think I've got all cables back here now. So hopefully we can just plug them all in. From the back side, locate the screw. Almost be flush with the hole in the bed. Slightly raise the CoreXY assembly just a few millimeters. Okay, so there is a small screw opening, like right here. Okay, so we definitely need to lift up the bed while we do that. Oh. There we go. Okay, so we'll see if we can do this. With one hand, I'm going to lift up the CoreXY assembly. The other hand, I'm going to shove the screw. That didn't. I'm not convinced that is working. Is it? That actually worked. Okay. Let me read this one more time. So in the photo here, it looks like it's a hole. Well, what I have, no, it's a slot. Interesting. The oval hole must be flush with the hole in the bed stop part on the opposite side. To compensate, slightly raise the rear just a few millimeters. After lining the hole, secure it. Okay. All right. Well, I think it's fine then, hopefully. I don't really want to go tighter than that. Okay. All right, now we're gonna plug in everything. Route the cooling fan cables to the left hole in the buddy box and plug them into the 4th and 5th slots. The connection order does not matter, both cables are the same. Okay. So, Man, lighting really blows back here. It's not, it's fine for me, I guess, but for you guys, it's not super bright. Okay, so it said both fan cables through here. Like that. And like that. Plug them into the 4th and 5th slot. So there's one. Wait, that's not 4th and 5th slot. Apparently I can't count. That is the 6th slot. There we go. Okay, so that's 5th slot. And then I can move the 24-volt cable. Come on, buddy. Oh, come I had it in. It popped out. Definitely could use some tweezers or something like that here. There we go. Okay, so both of our cooling fan cables are in. I don't know whether we want the slack to be in the box or out of the box. We'll just kind of, I don't know, kind of leave it in the box for now, I guess. Okay, what is next? Guide the chamber thermistor cable together with the cooling fan cables. Okay, connect it into the 2nd slot. So this guy is going through here, and it is going into the 2nd slot, which is right. This one definitely could use some tweezers. Do I have tweezers right here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Come on, buddy. Okay, got it. Hey, nice. Happy Wednesday. All right, so cooling fan cables are in, thermistor cables in, and there should be 4 more cables to install. Maybe? Yeah. Guide the X motor cable through the right hole of the buddy box, connect to the 1st slot to the left on the buddy board. Wait, what? Guide the X motor cable, blue. Okay, got it. So this guy is going in through here, and then it is going just, it looks like down to the left. It's kind of getting messy in here. It went from like things are kind of clean to things are just looking a little messy. Okay, so this is going right here, like that. Guide the door assembly, which is red, through the right hole. How do I know which one's the door assembly? I don't know what color. Door assembly is brown and white, so that's this guy. Brown and white wires. And then this is going where? Door assembly is going down here, it looks like. Like, wait, where's the? Yeah, like that. Okay. Got the white LED strip. White LED strip is going to the 2nd slot from the right on the buddy expansion board. So right, kind of in the midst of all this. Here. I wonder if this one will be easier to try to do like this. Oh, we're almost in. Come on, baby. Come on. It's a little awkward. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this one through. Definitely would say that, I mean, I guess it depends on your fingers, but you've got fairly large fingers, this would be a lot easier with tweezers. I don't know if I can get that one. Actually, there's a lot of cables around it. I'll post a picture. I just used air last week. Oh no, a little 2-hour. I used air last week. Yeah, I had pretty big failed print yesterday. The filament. Hey, Steve's here. Steve, how's it going? So I was printing out a 12-hour print yesterday, and I'd already printed out 2 of them, and they didn't have any issues. But I'm testing out the Qidi Max 4, and it's not compatible with cardboard spools. Like the Bamboo AMS says it's not compatible, but I still get away with it. This guy's really not compatible. So I'm using the AMS, or like their AMS, and the Qidi box, and feeding the filament from like a separate spool holder into it. And I guess like halfway through the print, it looks like approximately, it must have retracted. And because I didn't close the Qidi box, because I was feeding it, you know, from externally into one of the slots, the filament looped around the lid of the Qidi box. And so it like basically binded the filament, or bound, the filament was bound. And it just kept printing, because it said like the printer said completed successfully, but there was like half a print there. So it wasn't a clog, it was basically just I'm unable to feed, which is weird because I'm almost positive I've had it detect like jam or clog before. Like I don't think it just has an on-off switch, so I'm not sure why this didn't detect, but that was a bummer. It just, the time more than anything. I mean, I did lose 1/4 kilogram on that, but it was more of the 12 hours that I can't get back that I was waiting, thinking that it was printing successfully, when in reality it was not doing that. And then we also had some electrical issues here yesterday. There was like an 1.5 hours of blackout from some construction, and I lost for 4 hours of the same print when I started before. So Rob, how's it going, man? Thank you so much for the, what is it, 27 months. Let's do scroll and do again. Qidi Max 4 worked great at the show. Yeah, the machine itself, I don't really have, I mean, I'm gonna do a full review on it, so I will have a video out, not this weekend, but the following. Similar to the Q2, oh man, dude, this, yeah, I'm gonna have to, here, I'm gonna move you guys out of the way so I can just get in there. But similar to the Q2, I don't really have much complaints about the machine. There's, I think, a couple of things like quirks, if you will. But the machine itself is largely solid. It's the little Qidi box add-on is just meh. It's super loud compared to any other system I've used. It's much slower than any other system I've used, and yeah, that's basically it. It's just slower and louder, which is a bummer. It works. It works, that's for sure. I mean, I've tested it quite a bit on the, there we go, got it in. Tested it quite a bit on the Q2 and it works fine, but it's just really noisy. It reminds me, I said it in that review, but it reminds me of like a roller coaster, when you're going up a roller coaster and like there's like that sound, and like that's it. It's exactly how it sounds when it's like unloading and loading a spool. It's just really noisy. I'm hoping that like they've clearly got the system figured out. It works. So I'm just hoping that they like at some point, I doubt they'll make an upgrade kit, but I'm hoping that Gen 2 is just a lot quieter and faster. That's what concerned us, Q2 versus +4 starting point. I have an opportunity to build a Trident once the new revision goes live, but I have to decide if I want to use a free CB1 or pay the Pi premium for the CM4. I've used a CB1, but prefer a CM4. Yeah, I'm running, I don't know if I'm actually running CB1s on anything anymore. I was running it on a couple printers during the COVID era of can't find Raspberry Pis, or they're just crazy expensive. I have probably enough spare Pis now where it's not necessary, but I don't know if I'm running them. If I had the choice, I would go with like an official Pi, but if I don't, then the CB1s are typically, you know, fine. I highly recommend tool changers. Is there no need for a clunky AMS? Yeah, I mean, tool changers definitely have their benefits over a AMS type swapping system. There are trade-offs though. I mean, there are like more parts involved with it, which I guess in the case of the Snapmaker U1 doesn't exactly mean that it's more expensive, but there's just more moving pieces, more mass, more things that you might need to replace at some point. I think that the AMS type system is totally fine for, like, it's great for spool management in my opinion. I love it for spool management and the ability to dry, like it can dry your material. Like it's really, really, really convenient. What it's not though is efficient when it comes to swapping and not wasting material. So there's definitely, yeah, it largely depends on kind of what your goal is. Hey GPs, how's it going? All right, so what am I missing? Okay, the last thing is I think the Y motor cable. Yeah, Y motor cable is going through the left hole. Uh-oh. We've got our little gasket guy. I'll fix it in a second here. It somehow popped off. I don't think that the AMS systems are gonna go away anytime soon. I think for a lot of people, would be getting started. I mean, I don't know, the Snapmaker U1 they did a really good job of making it like a pretty simple, like using it doesn't feel like you're using a tool changer, but I still think there's gonna be plenty of people that are not going to go for a tool changer. Like, I don't see, like, you're never gonna get a tool changer, in my opinion, down to like the price of something like a A1 or A1 Mini, right? For a couple $100. And for those, like, an AMS makes total sense. But I do think, yes, we'll absolutely be seeing more tool changers. Did you enjoy the TPU glass? Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was really, really cool. How does it, like, because when you generally, every material I've printed with is using glass or carbon, the material's got kind of like a texture, almost like a rough texture to it that hides the layer lines. It looks nice usually. It looks like it's intentional. Is it the same way with the TPU? I think AMS systems are going to be added to the U1. There's no reason why you can't use both. There's already community mods for U1 to use the Ace Pro Gen 1. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for spool management, like, in my opinion, for spool management, I would almost even say that the AMS type system is superior, especially because you can, like, on a tool changer, sure, you got 4 tools. With an AMS system, like, if you wanted to, especially with the way their hub works, you can daisy chain 16 spools together and then have access to all of them on the fly. It doesn't make, I mean, like, for everyone, it doesn't make sense. Even for myself, I don't know that makes sense. I typically am fine with having access to 4 spools at once. It really just depends on the situation. TPU carbon fiber dragster survived. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. TPU is still rough, not as bad as the ASA, but still a bit considering TPU is normally glossy. Yeah, normally it's very glossy. All right. Okay, let us carry on here. So I think we've got all the things plugged in. My cable management looks bad. I don't know. We'll kind of wait to see what the instructions tell us to do. Otherwise, I'll do that later. All right. Sweetness. So I think we're moving on to the tool head now. Yep, Nextruder. Sweet. All right, let me turn this around because I have to imagine we're largely going to be working with the front of the printer for now until we're routing cables. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Let me bring you guys up. And side view. Okay. That seems pretty good. Maybe slightly out of focus. There we go. Posted a pic in live streams of Dan. My plan is to use 2 materials, TPU, glass fill on areas that can get hit and the rest ASA. Got it. So that way the TPU takes the impact. but I assume by using ASA and the other parts, it sort of makes the overall drone stiffer. Okay, so it says I already took these parts out. I didn't really look at this section, but I did at least grab some of the parts. I want us to put a box down. I probably have something we can put down just to protect the build plates. Let's take this box. Maybe? Yeah, that works. Okay. Screw in 3 spacers. Okay, let's do that. Top right. The ASA is a lot lighter. Interesting. 1.06. Wow, that is substantial. I had no idea. I guess maybe I did, but I didn't know that it was that much lighter. How often do you get out and like how often are you able to get out and fly one of those? You, like like every couple of weeks maybe? Assuming that the weather's decent. Okay, so these are just little like spacers. They've changed the design up since the photo was taken in the instructions. They look quite a bit different, but I mean, sort of the same. Okay, this is going right here. Sweet. Next, we are taking the Nextruder, and we are, looks like, oops, lining it up like that, maybe? Ensure the NTC cable is pointing to the left. Got it. So this guy wants going to the left. Okay. Nice! With the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, man. Let's see. We gotta do... I don't know if Max is already at dinner. We're gonna do...
I wonder what's for dinner.
An air horn. Thank you, man. Let's see. Mr. Grinch got one. Nick Online got one. Iva got one. VWC. And Black Novella got one. Okay, I need my little, there it is, 2.5 millimeter driver. We ordered it yesterday we ordered 12 yards of mulch yesterday that's getting dumped on Tuesday, so I will be moving a bunch of mulch next week. That's kind of gonna be my task. No dinner. Oh no! No dinner today. Conhammer won both days. My kit, his rear tires. What's the hardest part of the dragsters? Is it just like maintaining a straight path? Like going straight and not having it veer one direction, or traction at the beginning, or I've watched some Death Racer like matches, but I don't think I've really watched much dragsters, so I don't really know usually like what goes down. Spinning and fish. Okay, got it. Okay, I don't know how tight to do these, so I think that's probably plenty tight. All right. Cable's pointing to the left, like it says. For the following, please prepare a hot end fan. Is that assuming? I'm assuming that's probably what we were using before. Okay, so I got the hot end fan. I keep a fan, and then hot end cable clip found in printed parts package. LCD stuff. Motor mount. Filament sensor stuff. Why am I not? Oh, main cable? A hot end cable clip, right? Yeah. I reprinted the Mando helmet. Filler and chrome paint will arrive tomorrow. Cannot wait to finish the project. Did it reprint successfully? And did you figure out what the issue was? If I remember correctly, it looked like it like under extruded pretty hard at one point, and then just kind of progressively got worse. And I think at the very end it was air printing, right? If I remember what you showed. Are you gonna sand it down like you said? What do you say? Primer showing up to the post. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, we need M3x4 RTs, 2 of them, and then M318s. M318s. Oh, I just dropped most of them out. 1, 2. Okay. And then M3x4 RT. I'm pretty sure we've used those. Are these guys? Yes. Sweet. Okay. So attach the hot end fan on the heatsink with 2 M318 screws. Tighten the screw gently but firmly, otherwise plastic housing may crack. There's a sticker on the back of the hot end. The sticker must be on the rear side. The cable must be pointed towards the lower left corner. Got it. Okay, so we are lower left corner, like that. And then these guys are going through here. Retry the Jabberwocky tool head mod by. No, I'm kind of annoyed with myself because I've had it forever, and then I printed out the parts quite a long time ago and had the plans of installing it on the 2.4, and then saw that there was an update to Jabberwocky. Like, I think it was mostly like making the assembly process a little easier and printing process. I was like, all right, I'll print out that. So I reprinted out all the parts. I have the latest, and then I'm like torn because part of me wants to use the 2.4 for like a stealth changer or tap changer eventually, but part of me is like, man, just install the Jabberwocky for now and at least play around with it. So we'll see. I really want to do a video on showing off the install and kind of like my thoughts on why I went with it, or like why I decided, at least at the time, that I wanted to go with it over the Filomatrix mod. So no, I haven't, like, long story short, I have not tried it, but I've had the intention to try it for a very long time now. I mean, it's probably been 6 months. I think I'm doing the A4T with crossbow. Cool, nice. Yeah, crossbow. I have the crossbow on the Micron Plus, which I still need to get that configured, like the macro for it. But for right now, I don't have any sort of tool changer hooked up to it, or not tool changer, but filament swapper, so it's not a huge concern. Hey, Tuxedo! I figured that was the case. I made sure to do the @live notification thing because I figured some people for sure wouldn't know. I also don't know like whether we're gonna keep this time slot after we're done with this, or if we're gonna return back to like noon, or like the regular time. So I'll let you guys know when I know. Okay, take the hot end cable clip in the same position as shown and guide the hot end fan cable with the thermistor fan cable through the right hook. All right. So it looks like it wants us to shove the cables through here. Okay, wait, yeah. Okay, I think I did that. No, I screwed up, didn't I? No? Okay, no, I think I did it right. And then should a video plan or dominate? Holy cow, Steve with the 10 gifted memberships, man. Thank you, dude. That's a lot. That's a lot of memberships. All right, I'm gonna try to read off everyone that got a membership from Steve. Let's see. We've got Eric Fluffy, Dazza Direct, Big Bad Joe, Brendan Paula, Jerry Smith, the Joshua Henry, Sanjay Barasingas, DIY and Crafty. I don't know how you. I never know how to say that name out loud. Nichu, and then Vitamin AC. Thank you, Steve. That was more challenging than I thought it was going to be to read those names. Oh, okay. So this is attaching to here. Interesting. And these wires are going on the front. Okay, so we're basically attaching this. It's tough. It's really tough to show, especially because this CNC part is black as well. But there's two screws on the, or two threaded holes, I'm sorry, on the X carriage CNC bracket, and that's what we're attaching this to. Yeah. Just gotta get past the finish line now. Just gotta get it past the finish line now, won't be long. Wait, what? What did I miss? We're getting closer to doing the shed also, Steve. I'll probably ask you some questions about that once we get closer. But the main things I'm waiting on right now is, well, part of it's me. I need to do some research on what our rules are regarding like building permits for them, and I'd like to keep it where I don't need to get a permit, if possible. Or I guess maybe I don't care because I'm doing electrical, so maybe I need it. But yeah, I've got to do some research on like what the rules are regarding like the permit, figure out what setback stuff's like, and then figure out who I'm going with for concrete, hit up the electrician to make sure that they're in cahoots with the concrete guy after we figured out what shed we're going with, and making sure that like the way we're getting the electrical and concrete isn't going to be an issue for the shed install guys. So it's gonna be a whole thing, which is partially why I've been kicking the can a little bit, because there's a couple other projects like unrelated to that I'm trying to finish up. But I'm hoping my target is like we're in April, May, like by July would be cool to have most of it set up. But we'll see. All right, so there's plenty of slack on. Yeah, I think we're fine. Man, Landon sounds sad right now. Okay, this guy is in. Hey, Shrimp Father. Google AI search indicates that for most jurisdictions in Idaho, you don't need. Yeah, I think that's right. Because I was talking to a neighbor 2 doors down that got one done, and he went with larger than 10 by 18, but I remember him telling me that If anyone asks, it's a 10 by 18 wink. I think he did 10 by 20, so he's like right at the limit, or maybe he went slightly larger than that. But I think that's what I remember hearing as well, was that it's the size. The only thing I don't know though is that if you're adding electrical to it, having electrical work done, does that mean though that like that rule goes out the door and you just have to get it permitted regardless? Okay, yeah, if you power it, you may need a permit. Yeah. I wonder if I would be the person pulling the permit or the electrician would be the person pulling the permit. I don't fully understand all of it. When the guys did the electrical work in the garage, like they're a large electrical company that did this whole like neighborhood, right? Like they've been around, they've a big company. I don't know how long they've been around for, like probably 10, 20 years. And they were contracted by the builder to do the electrical. And I went with them to add this stuff in here, and they didn't do anything permit related, even though they added, you know, a couple of fuses and receptacles and switches and stuff like that. So I don't fully understand. I check with your local folks. Okay. Okay, we need now a printhead cover and a LoveBoard mount. Printhead cover, LoveBoard mount. These both look like pretty large parts. So this is a printhead cover. Oops. And then the LoveBoard mount, it looks also like it's a decent sized part. LoveBoard mount. Is this it? Kind of a funky looking part. This is it. Okay. We need a... War on Soon has been used to describe Phoenix, and until this week in Cascade, release times should be measured in weeks, not months. I figured that's what you meant, because the War on Soon has become a bit of a meme. As far as like, it's gonna be a while. We need a main cable, the longer Core 1 version found in Electronics and Fasteners package. Where is that cable? Main cable, long one. I think it's probably in this box over here. This doesn't look right. Main cable. The longer Core 1 version. So, color, I mean, this might be it then. Colors are way wrong. Like they've changed it up. This one's like the guide shows the cable has a ton of colors. This thing is just black and white compared to reds, blues, whites, and such. But I think this is likely the cable. It's labeled as main cable, and it looks like the connectors are correct. So we're gonna go with this. Hey, Stuart. I just had to do my entire house electrical, and if it's anything like here, there are two types of contractors: those who are licensed to do permitting on your behalf, and the cheaper guys who don't. Yeah, I have no idea. These guys have had good reviews. They were contracted to do the whole neighborhood, and so I figured, you know, I trust them. Maybe I shouldn't, but I trust them. Born is done through contributions to open source. This is time spent outside of day jobs, not their full-time job. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. They're not a for-profit business, or a business really at all. I work with IT to show technical writing is no joke. Don't get me wrong, I'm not pushing or writing, just making fun of the many versions of Soon. All right, let's get out the rest of the pieces we need. So we need a bunch of square nuts. Square, 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 where are you? Square nuts. Two, three, four, and 5. Okay, and then we need M310s. It's kind of look like they could be the M310s. There are 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need an M3 by 8 RT, so that's the slightly longer one. 4s. 3 by 8 RTs, here we go. The reason I can say it'll actually be soon is the documentation update is well underway. Nice. Are you doing some of the docs, Steve, or no? You're kind of overseeing it, or at least giving feedback to it, I would assume, if you're not doing some of it. Or GTA 6. Good documentation takes forever. Forever. At Lightburn, well, I'm technically the video guy. I'm part of the content team, and most of my content team is documentation, and it is a constant thing with all sorts of just, it's just so much, so many pieces to it. I've been focusing on the CAD and assembly. Okay. Please prepare the LoveBoard. Oh, did we take that off? Is that what this is? This is what that is. Okay. Look at the U-shaped channel on the LoveBoard. Insert. All right. So let's swap this over. Trying to think about what's the best way to let you guys see what the heck I'm doing. Let's see. Definitely going to zoom out. Okay. So we are going to start by inserting a square nut into here. And then we'll use Allen key, pop that into place. And then it looks like there's another one. Yep. Down here. That one's a little tighter. Actually, a lot tighter. Probably should be using like a flat head or something a bit bigger. Let's see. Do I have a flat head? I don't. This might be a little slippery though. There we go. Still not perfectly aligned. I must have a flathead somewhere. Tiny flathead. Hey Troy! Happy Wednesday. It's like so close. There we go. Alright. I got it. Okay, that's aligned. That's aligned. And now looks like 2 more in the back of this part. Run docs are incredibly professional and well written. Yeah, documentation is one of those things where I think that a lot of people don't enjoy doing documentation, and for those that do enjoy doing documentation, I still think there gets to a point where it's a lot, you know, and like, I don't know how many pages are on like a full Voron build, but based off just remembering any of the builds I've done, like it's a lot of pages. It's a lot. Like I would argue, is it a couple hundred for like the 2.4? I feel like it is, but maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Yeah, it's hundreds of pages. Okay, so those are in, and then the final square nut is going on the top. Right here. Yeah, the reason why I know it's a lot for sure is because there's been plenty of times where, since we're building the printer on stream over the course of like multiple months, that when my computer restarts, I have to pull up the PDF again and like get back to the page I'm at. And then the further we get in the stream, it's like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I'm like, it's just a ton of pages. So I knew it was a lot. The Armored Turtle dock person was at Rocky Mountain River Fest with an enlarged version of Box Turtle part and the manual to build it. Huh. What's the benefit of having an enlarged... Like, wait. Like, is it intended to be like a functional mod for Box Turtle, or no? Am I misunderstanding? Gotta get back to work. Take care, everyone. Hey, thanks for jumping in, Steve. I would say, what's today? Today's Wednesday. I'll hit you up in the next couple days here, man, to figure out a day where we can catch up. Next Tuesday, I've got 12 yards of mulch getting dumped in my driveway, so I know I'm gonna be pretty busy. So I'm wondering if maybe Monday would work, with like kind of the calm before the storm. But I'll hit you up so we can figure out something. All right. Wait, did I skip? Nope. All right. Okay, so we're taking the board, and we are... but nope, that's the wrong part. This is the right part. This is going right here, and then we're taking the board, and we're having the board facing like this, like that. Okay. It looks like we're just tightening it into plastic. So sorry, I realize the camera angle is probably a little bit awkward. Pretty sure I have it as high as it goes. Okay, so we're not going to go tighter than that. I don't see the need, especially because that was just threaded in. We're just threading into plastic. So now that we've got that, it wants us to take the end of the extruder main cable without the white label. Okay, so the one without the white label, and it is going to be this side. Turn the LoveBoard upside down and connect the main cable to it. Okay. So it looks like that, probably. Yeah. Okay. Man. Push the main cable half a turn. Okay. I don't exactly understand why. Twist the cable half a turn. And then fold it. I think I'm screwing this up somehow. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it looks like what it wants us to do is like twist it half a turn, which I don't fully understand, and then have it fed like this. This is how it looks. So the end of the textile sleeve must align with the plastic part. Okay, so we're pulling it across. And then basically shoving it through shoving it through here. Like that. Interesting. Okay. And then insert 2 M310 screws into the LoveBoard holder. Insert the screws on the correct side. Use the LoveBoard logo on the board as a reference. So, Man of the Croc with the 26 months. Thank you, man. Yee-hoo! Less slack on the wires. You think pull them tighter? The only reason why I did it this way is because where the sleeve's at. If I'm gonna go tighter, then the sleeve won't be aligned. Cover the LoveBoard with a printhead cover. If it doesn't matter that it's aligned, then I can definitely pull it tighter. That's probably as tight as I would want to do it. Wonder if that's fine. I have to assume that's still going to pinch enough to where it's not an issue. Okay, so now this is saying take 2 M310 screws from the back side here. And just drop in. Insert 2 M310 screws. Sleeve slides. Does it? It feels pretty tight. Yeah, I guess it kind of slides if I go little by little. Maybe a little bit more. Everyone install the Polymaker filament presets. What do you mean by that? Okay. I feel like that's probably plenty tight now. I wonder if I need to twist this more though. Like that, maybe. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Great. Yep. Okay. I'm ready to secure this in place because it definitely wants to be free. I'm ready to clamp something over this. Cover the LoveBoard with a printed cover. Avoid pinching any wires. Okay. So now this is going like this. Don't know if I'm pinching anything or not. I don't think I am. It seems okay. Okay. Fix both parts together. So we are holding it like this. Hey Tuxedo, how much progress did you make on the Core 1 build? Did you finish it since last week's stream or no? I forgot you said you showed up during last week's stream. Hopefully that's okay as far as slack goes. I feel like...
Hey man, hope you're doing well. Pizza is on me.
Aw, dude. Millennium, thank you so much for the donation. Hey man, hope you're doing well. Pizza is on me. I appreciate it. Overall, things have been alright, or like good. Things have been good overall. I had some health issues a few weeks back that I'm still trying to work on or figure out what the cause was. So really having to watch my intake, and I'm avoiding like acidic food, so I haven't had any pizza in quite a bit now, but I might need to have a cheat day and let myself have a slice. So regardless, thank you, man. Overall things are going good, dude. I'm really excited for summer and just doing a bunch of stuff outside. How things been going with you? No, because I don't buy polymaker filament. Glad they're... That was just the case though. Okay, this is good. Check that there's no large gaps. No large gaps. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we need to grab some more parts. We need M3x8 RT times 2. Oh, cool. I saw Milo at Rocky Mountain. Nice improvements on 1.5. Did you guys release a new, like, an updated Milo recently, or is this from a little while back? Oops. Okay, so we got 2 of these screws. And then we've got an M310, which is 4 M310. Okay. And then we need a PTFE tube, which I'm pretty sure I saw that not long ago. Yeah. I'm not too bad working on a tiny box version of Miley, alternative version of Milo, so the enclosure takes up a lot less space than before for a similar build volume. Oh, that's cool. What kind of tiny version of Miley? Is it still going to be, like, it's still a mill though? Where the head of it just moves in Z and the bed or material moves in X and Y? All right, so we need PTFE tube, which is found in CoreXY parts and hinges package, which I think is over here. Electronics and chamber parts, metal parts, plexi set, parts and hinges. There we go. Oops. All right, so we've got that. And then what else do we need? Swing arm assembly. Okay, that I'll have to find in a second here. Cable ties. Okay, cable ties are right here. Okay, last thing we need is just that metal swing arm. Found in metal parts 3 of 3 package. Metal parts 3 of 3. So that's metal parts 2 of 3. Metal parts 3 of 3. Oh wow, is it this big? Big piece? Yeah, it is. That swing arm is a lot larger than I thought it was. Okay, we have everything we need Are we having fun yet? Hey, Joe. V2 has been a thing for nearly a year now. Yes, it's still a mill. There's two versions, Milo and Miley. Both can be built from the same parts. Interesting. Milo stays the same, where the whole x-axis moves left and right, and Miley has only fixture plate that moves left and right. The table stays fixed in X. There's also a V1.6 that ports a bunch of new V2 features back to 1.5 chassis. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I'm definitely interested in Miley if it uses the same parts. Unless it doesn't, because maybe it uses the same parts as V2. But just a smaller form factor with the enclosure is a big thing for me, just because of metal shavings that would go flying everywhere. Oh, we need more stuff. We need a Bowden bend and a main cable clip. Bowden bend, cable clip. Okay. Carefully open the main cable clip. Be careful not to crack the part. All right, famous last words. Famous last warning. Okay, so this is saying that we can open this part. Like, how much are we supposed to open it? It's gonna snap eventually. Insert the main cable in the main cable clip. Place it. Place the main cable clip approximately 2 to 6 inches from the end of the textile sleeve and close the clip. Oh, what is it? 2 to 6 inches? That's a pretty big range. So let's just. Okay. That's, I mean, that's somewhere in that range. 2 to 6 inches is a very, very big. Miley is just a V2 thing, got it. But the tiny box enclosure is 750 by 750, which is still big, but similar space for two bamboo lab machines, for example, and farmer manageable other enclosure. Is the tiny box enclosure compatible with the original Milo or no? It's also just a V2 thing. 81 Fahrenheit, nice. And that's yesterday. That was our weather here. It was like 80 degrees and super sunny, and then it's been raining since probably like 6 p.m. last night. I can hear the rain falling right now, which is fine. After today, it's gonna be pretty warm. Like we don't have any more rain in the forecast. Place the main cable clip. Okay, place the LoveBoard assembly on the cardboard box. Got it. Push the main cable behind the CoreXY assembly in the right rear corner. So it looks like it basically just wants me to take this cable from down and then chuck it over. Is there an opening there? Yeah, sure, seems like it. Chuck it over there. Like that. Okay. Boron Cascade build next. No, I'm not building another CNC or mill until I have Milo like fully rocking. Really the biggest thing for me has been just like place for managing. Like I don't want to chuck aluminum chips all over the place. I don't have the space for the large enclosure that it at least was initially required. It's just a Milo thing. Got it. How big of a task is it to go from the original Milo to a V2? Like, is it pretty much all new aluminum parts and stuff like that, like those big side panels, or is it not substantial. Is it mostly printed parts? I'm just curious. In the right corner of the printer, on the Y motor assembly, locate the hole in the plastic part and align it with the main clip. Fix it with an M310 screw. Okay, so according to this, there is a hole, oops, somewhere in that corner. Oh, I think I see it. It is, yeah. There's a hole right here. So I need to align been low 80s here for a week here in Florida. Nice. Enjoying it before it gets too hot and humid. Yeah, my brother and sister-in-law moved out to Florida and they've been doing a bunch of outdoor stuff. They haven't had, excuse me, they haven't experienced the summer yet. This is their first year there, so I'm sure they'll be in for a bit of a intense summer while they're getting, or at least a lot of time like in the water to stay cool. We also have Atlas, which is still in development. Think of the Boron Cascade, but 150 kilograms. Wow, and cheaper, and can be built in any size you'd like. You can get a 300 by 350 by 3 volume. You can't go from 1.5 to V2, hence why you ported things back for V1.6. Got it. So 1.5, like 1.6 is the farthest you can go then with it. Okay. This doesn't seem... This seems like the side where the did I do this wrong? It's weird. This like looking at this piece, so there's a wider opening on this side, which to me is where like the screw head would be, so it sort of sits like in the printed part, while this side doesn't have that. But when I'm looking at this, it's on the opposite side. I don't know if they changed something or what the deal is, but I am not going to be able to, I don't know if this screw will fit because my screw's not going to fit in quite as far. Hey, John. Okay, let's see. I'll try this. Wait a minute. I am wrong. I am wrong. I'm looking at this wrong. Everything is fine. It's all about perspective, and my perspective was flawed. So this goes through like this. Let me get this starting to tighten. Okay, now this should be able to, I can't actually see where the hole is. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera. I'm probably not gonna be able to show you guys this all that well. Just, I can't show you guys it and have visibility of what I'm doing. And I choose me having visibility of what I'm doing. I'll just put that there, but. Okay, so now hopefully this will just go, maybe. Seems like it worked. I don't know whether the length was correct. It said 2 to 6 inches and I'm probably at like, I don't know, 2.5 or 3 inches. So hopefully this all works out. Probably plenty tight. Okay. Hey, Hobo! Happy hump day. Did you respond, Tuxedo, when I asked how far did you make it on your Core 1 build? Okay, from the back of the Nextruder, take this guy and we're gonna go like this. We're gonna zoom you guys way out because I'm way too close now. Okay. Oh, it looks like I'm supposed to probably remove. Jeez, that is really odd. Do I have? Yep. Tiny little wrench. Okay, so this is saying, from the back of the Nextruder, attach the LoveBoard assembly to the Nextruder. Okay, so the question is how? Just like maybe like that. Oh no, I gotta sneeze. Ugh. Excuse me. Okay, insert and tighten M5, the fitting on top. Oh, one more. Oh, okay. Okay, so this guy just slots over the top like this. Use the universal wrench. Let's see. I only started unboxing a while ago. I'm purposely holding off because I have stuff that's higher priority right now. Got it. But I find it hard to resist. That big box is beckoning. Yeah, I've gotten. I don't know. I don't want to give myself more credit than I deserve. So I've gotten a little bit better at like holding off till it's ready. But that's not entirely true. There's definitely What is the wrench like? What? I don't see the. There's plenty of things still where I know I should wait, but I'm like, but I want to do it now. And yeah. Okay, this doesn't seem to fit on here, so I don't know. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's this guy. There we go. Not sure how tight we want this to be, but it's still spinning. I don't want to crack this part. Okay, I think we're gonna call that good enough. I don't want to do more than like wrist tight. Okay. Oh, cool. And then insert and tighten. Tighten the 2 screws that we put in before. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. Pretty sure that those were socket heads. Yep. Sweet. Oops. All right, those are in. I'm gonna really quickly mute and blow my nose. Give me 1 second. Oops, did I mute it? No, I'm still here, huh? Okay. Attach the swing arm assembly to the pair of threaded holes in the back rear panel, top right corner. All right, I am guessing that is these guys. Why is there... Interesting. Okay. All right, so we're gonna attach this swing arm. Let's see. Boop. To those 2 holes that are side by side right here. It looks like that. Okay. So let's get this started. Oops. Okay. And it feels like, oh, I'm installing this wrong. I'm totally, okay, it makes a lot more sense now. I'm absolutely installing this on the wrong side. It didn't make sense to me why the part was shaped the way that it was, and for me to be installing it the way that I am. But now it makes a lot more sense. There's no way on the back panel here, top right. I actually, yeah, there's no way. I'm pretty convinced that this is supposed to go. Unless I'm wrong, is this correct? It feels wrong, and I'll tell you why in a second here, but maybe it's not. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's wrong. No, it's wrong. No, wait, why do they have lock nuts? So something's just different. Something's different, because they didn't mention lock nuts at all, but on here they show lock nuts. So maybe they just changed up the part, and that's why it feels wrong. Okay, I think that I'm doing this correctly. I think it's just that they swapped out some parts at some point. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna continue tightening this part. Yeah, it looks like at one point this mounted from the outside going inward, and then they used lock nuts versus having you thread it directly into this sheet metal. Okay, this should be plenty tight. So now we got this little swing arm. And what does it want us to do? Notice the cutouts on the swing arm. Yes, there's 3 of them. Position the main cable at the first cutout on the swing arm. So it wants it to go, it looks like, so it looks like it wants the cable to go on this side of the swing arm. And then let me get the Velcro ties. Okay. So going like this. And then going like this. And I can clean this up in a second. It's not exactly right. I feel like I might need a little bit more slack. I don't really know for certain. Thread the cable through its eyelet, wrapping it around the swing arm, wrap the cable. Yeah. So I don't know how, like, these don't go that tight. Well, it's probably as tight as it's going. And then I think basically just continue to wrap it. Okay. Okay. And then what, we just doing that 2 more times? No.
Place the one cable tie behind the first cutout. Thread the cable tie through. Okay, so we've done the first one. Next, push one end of the PTFE tube through the Bowden end and keep protruded at least 1 centimeter of the tube.
Okay. So we're taking the tube and we are taking this. All right, so we'll call that a centimeter. And then it wants us to do what? Push, insert the PTFE tube into the fitting, push it all the way down, slide the Bowden bend cover over it. Okay. So this is going like this. I think that's all the way in, and then this just gets pushed down over it like that, or I think that's as far as it goes. Not a very tight fit, like it's still pretty loose, but maybe that's fine. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna say we did that. Okay, route the PTFE tube in parallel with the main cable, ensure the PTFE tube stays above the main cable. Secure the PTFE tube and main cable to the swing arm using 2 cable ties to the remaining cutouts. Don't pass it through the first one. All right, so I think we'll start by just doing this. Let's get the swing arm prepped. So we'll go like this, and go like this. I'll just leave that loose for a sec. Hey, gosh, I brain farted there for a sec. Hey, down under. Okay, so now it wants us to route this cable like this, or not cable, this Bowden guide tube, and then it wants us to skip the final slot. So let's try to tighten this down. I think I did this wrong. I think that the order, yeah, I think that I need to rotate. No, that is how I had the other one. Why am I not sticking? This is supposed to go on the top. Okay, I think that it needs to go like, there we go. I was just running it the wrong direction. Definitely doesn't stay as well as I would like. I wonder if I need to make that tighter. Let's try to get the second one on. 2:30 a.m. I'll skip tagging a million people individually. How's your day going? Your week, I guess. How's your week going? All right. Okay, that one I feel like I got on pretty tight, but it still slides. So I'm not really sure how much it matters. I'll try to tighten this one down just a hair more, but I don't think I'm gonna get it tight enough to where that little slot is really gonna hold it from shifting left and right. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay. So the things I don't know now is like, I might have too much slack. So if we look at this from the front, like I feel like I probably have too much cable here. This probably needs to get pulled down further, maybe. And then for this guy, I don't really know. Push the freedom PTFE through the Bowden guide and CoreXY build plate down, leave it hanging freely. Okay, so this one, it wants us to pass it through here and pass it through here. So hopefully that's fine. Hey, Queasy! Merge the PTFE tube and main cable with the remaining 2 cable ties. Leaving a 10cm distance between them. Okay. Maybe it's not a slack issue. Maybe everything's gonna be fine. Maybe it's all gonna be just absolutely perfect. So let's just get these last 2 cables. We're going like this and this. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I'm a little bit worried. My PTFE tube seems a little bit short compared to what the diagram shows, but maybe it's fine. I don't know exactly how this is all gonna work out. Did I do that wrong? All right, looks approximately right. I think this one might need to go back a little bit more, but I mean, these just free slide. They're nothing secured that tight, so probably good enough for now. And we could always make adjustments if need be. Okay.
Manually move the XY axis to their end positions several times and ensure the main cable is not too tight and does not pull the Nextruder backwards.
Got it. So we already know that's fine. Because that's where we kind of built it at, so. Yeah, that seems fine. The larger cable does not form an excessively large arc, I would say. Yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about it all, but now I think it all looks pretty cohesive. New mainsail OS features coming thick and fast. Ground up rebuild of Crow's Nest is really good. Cool, I'll definitely take a look at that then. If the cable is too tight or forms a large arc, slightly loosen the screw of the main cable and pull the cable upward or downward. Got it. Yeah, we should be fine. Sweet. Fan time. It is fan time. I got a fan. We've got the fan shroud. Big fan shroud. Okay. We need 3 square nuts. And then we need 2 M310s. Okay. Got them. And then we need 1 M325, which I don't know if we've used. I don't know if we've used M325. M34s, 10s, RTs. I am not convinced that we have used 25s. I will check if we have used them. M325 socket head, yeah, probably in here. Pi 5 camera official support, nice, and multiple identical camera supports. Meaning like just a multicam system. Okay, we must have taken them out. They're not in here. Okay, I will have to do a quick dig, so let me... Hey John, happy Wednesday. Okay, so M325s are missing, which means that I took them out at some point. So M312s, M318s, yada yada, no, these are way too small. Way too small, way too small. M3x4, way too small. M3N, M3-4. M3x35, that's too big. M3x12. Where are you, buddy? Power terminal screws. I don't see them. I just don't. I'm quite positive I have M325 screws upstairs probably. I'm wondering if I can just find some that was maybe used with the, if I can find some that was maybe just used for the Mark IV build. Let me see if I have, let's see, where's my ruler or my calipers? I don't see either. Why? My calipers over here by chance? Yeah, they are. Okay. Got my calipers. I've been really good about not losing hardware this build. But of course... Okay, so this is like an M3, it's an M318, so that's too small. These are M318s. Would this be an M3? What did I say we need? 25? Looks too big. No, this could be it. I think this is an M330. This is slightly too large. 5 millimeters. I don't know. Did I just try it? Oh, I think I just found it. Something tells me what happened was the final screw probably that was in this bag fell out. And so I threw out the bag. Yeah, I got one. Sweet. All right. It's always supported multiple cameras, but struggled with enumeration of identical camera hardware. Got it. The ground up rewrite fixes all that. How does the Pi handle it now? I assume that you probably need, like, is the Pi 4 fine with multicam, or does it require like a Pi 5 or higher? I feel like my Pi 4 struggled when I was using a nozzle cam, or maybe it wasn't even a nozzle cam, but like a 1080, no, it was a 4K cam, I think. So that was probably part of the issue. And the Nighthawk, I feel like together it was just really struggling. Oops. It's a little bit more aggressive than I want it to be. Okay, it is nut trap time. Got one going in right here. Maybe. Yep. And then we got one going in right here. That. And then one. All right, those are in. Now what? Insert 2M knots from the side. Insert the print fan into the fan shroud as shown. Okay, so we are taking this and you guys a little bit higher. There you go. And this is going like this. And then we're taking what? M325 that we just found. And it's going like that. Pi 4 can do 2 to 3 cams, providing you run them at native resolution of the sensor. Because hardware video encoding, Pi 5 has to do it all in software, but as the grunt to do it, it's limited more. Interesting. Okay, that should be plenty tight. Maybe a little too tight. That's all right. All right, so now, let's see, attach the print fan assembly. So this guy is going, drop you guys down a little bit. Maybe like that, no, blah, blah. Okay, so this guy is going like this, it looks like, and then, oops. Yeah, we're passing a screw through the CNC part, so. Okay. Sweet. Is that? Yeah, I guess that is right. I was like, it feels like it's really low, but we also don't have our heat block in yet, so I guess that makes sense. Cool. Shroud is on. Hey, Spectra. Okay, so we did that. Next up, sweet. So this is from the previous build. Got our 2 thumb screws and our heat block and thermistor. And route the heatsink fan cable above the first threaded hole Wait, I don't get it. Isn't that... I think... Oh, yeah. I think we're fine. So basically it wants us to start by installing these thumb screws just a little bit. So okay, so that one like that. This one like that. Okay. Insert 2 thumb screws. You're not tighten completely. 2 turns are enough for now. Look closely at the underside of the heatsink and find the hole for the hot end assembly. Insert the hot end assembly tube in the hole and slide the whole thing into the heatsink. Point the cables to the left according to the photo. Okay, so at an angle. So we are going to be slotting this guy up and then basically want this at like a 45-degree angle, it seems like, which is really weird, but I mean, I get it, I think. Let's see. How far up is this supposed to go? All the way? Like the cable is basically pushing off of the bottom of the... Does that seem right? It's not gonna cause any... It's interesting. Push the heatsink assembly all the way into the heatsink. There should be approximately a 2mm gap between the heatsink and the brass. There should be approximately a 2mm gap between the heatsink and the brass part of the nozzle. Yeah. While pushing the hot ends, okay. I guess that's what we're doing then. All right. Okay, so that's roughly centered, facing that direction. Feels really weird to me, but I guess it doesn't matter probably what direction it's facing. Probably, yeah. Okay, plug the NTC thermistor cable in the connector above. So we're routing our thermistor. Does it matter how we're routing it? Looks like it's going to the inner guy, like that. Okay. Oh, you couldn't see me do that. Sorry. All right. Plug the hot end fan cable into the lower. Okay, so hot end fan cable is this guy, and it's just going right here. Easy peasy. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do about these like thermistor cables. I don't like them dangling. Maybe that's this. Maybe this is a zip tie. No, it's not a zip tie slot. I don't really know. Okay. Got it. Guide the hot end. Wait. Guide the hot end thermistor through the cable clip. I thought we just did that. Plug the NTC thermistor cable. Guide the hot end thermistor. Okay, so I definitely misunderstood that. So I'm glad that I saw that. So It is this little cable that is going on the inside up here. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. It's nice out here today, not 80 Fahrenheit yet, but sunny and mild, about 60. That sounds perfect. We had a day like that. Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday. It's like the perfect weather to go for a walk or do some yard work. Okay, guide the Hotend thermistor through the cable clip. Oh, through the cable clip on the Nextruder and connect to the LoveBoard. Okay, so how do we do that exactly? The cable clip is... Ah, got it. So it wants us to route it. Hold on. I'm just trying to see as far as the thumb screws go. So we have... Okay, so it looks like they do route them between the two thumb screws. At least one of them. Okay. So through the thumb screws and then into this cable clip. There we go. And then this guy gets plugged in right there on the top. Okay. And then this one gets plugged in. Same thing. This guy goes through here. Definitely a stiffer cable, that's for sure. There we go. You are going up top here. Why are we not going in? There we go. Okay, that clicked in. Nice. Okay, that's much better. I forgot we put that cable clip there. Did I miss the draw? No. No. You're good. We'll open it up in like 2 minutes and we'll leave it for half an hour. You did not miss the draw. All right, so next, guide the print fan cable through the channel in the plastic cover, plug it into the middle connector. Okay. So, let's see. This guy just goes. That is a lot of slack. There's a lot of slack. Why is there so much slack? Is it because this was intended for the Mark IV? What, can I tuck the extra slack? Just leave it in the back? I don't know. Also, like, does it actually retain it? Doesn't really seem like it does. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what to do with, like, this is a lot of, the rest of the cables are kind of like,
smiling face emoji.
the rest of the cables are nice and tidy, but this one's not. So I'm wondering if I just kind of stash the extra wire, stash it back here. Probably doesn't matter, right? I don't think you'll see, you really won't see it. I don't know what to do with, like, even this. This is just a lot of cable. Nice! AC fun! Thank you, man. Today, I don't need it. It feels great, but I know that you guys are gonna hear me complaining. You guys are gonna be complaining before we know it. The cable is slightly longer than required. Create a loop as depicted. Okay, so like that maybe? Just kind of... I wonder if I can just sort of shove it in between these other wires so they help keep it in there. There we go. Look at that. Not too bad. Okay. There is quite a bit of wire though behind, but like I said, I don't think it's ever gonna be able to move really. Shouldn't impede airflow, which is probably fine. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. Okay. And then we already plugged it in. So now we've got a cable on the top. Going right here. Okay. And then, that's right, our 2 cables on the other side. I think we're getting pretty close on this tool head. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Not this time. Come on. There we go. Hey, Benny. Happy hump day. Oop. All right. All right, let me get the giveaway open. And then we'll put these covers on. Okie dokie. Shorten URL. All right. Giveaway link is in chat. I am pinning it as we speak. Cool. All right, giveaway links in chat. So get your entries in and we'll do that drawing in about half an hour from now. Armor! I was just thinking a little bit ago, like, I hope everything's okay with him, man. I didn't hear from you last week, which I was like, that's fine. Like, you know, I know you've been busy with school and stuff. But then like an hour and a half into this stream, I was like, man, I hope everything's okay. How's it going? Just because, like, even when you've been busy, you've been at least popping in to say, like, hey, how's the build going? Last week I was at, oh, got it. Got it. So you were just busy. How were they? Stuck in Colorado waiting for 15K and truck. Oh, jeez. Daddy needs all the free fuel he can get. Oh yeah, we're definitely like in home stretch, man. So last week was all like the CoreXY motion system and Gantry stuff. And then this week, basically toolhead. And I think outside of that, it's really just plugging in the last few pieces and then sort of like panels. We're definitely getting there. I'm like itching. I'm itching to turn this thing on, but we're not quite there, but we're definitely, yeah, home stretch. But yeah, how are the events? Printhead cover left. And then printhead cover right. Is this printhead cover right? Looks like they changed it up. I think it's just a new part. Printhead cover left, printhead cover right, lever, yeah. Shows were great, nice. Did you have a preference? I mean, they're both really different. Rapid's a lot more of like an industry show. Well, Rocky Mountain's definitely more of a community show. My preference is definitely Rocky Mountain over Rapid, but I do love the industry shows. Seeing the latest tech that's like in the more, you know, crazy expensive industrial machines is always super fun. And usually with enough years, a lot of it ends up trickling down the tech, you know, to the hobbyist space, or at least the more affordable. It becomes more affordable as time goes on. So I like seeing like what's coming potentially around the corner. Okay, these are M310s. I need 2 of these guys, I think. No, just 1 of these actually. And then we need M36s. I like Rocky Mountain, yeah. It's definitely like completely different vibes. It's Rapid's a lot more like, at least generally, like, you know, buttoned up. Like this is a big show with big engineers and stuff like that. But it's still a ton of fun. I enjoy both. But yeah, Phyllis, I'll be streaming tonight. Oh, cool. Are you doing? What are you working on, Armor? You doing build stuff or kind of a chill recap type thing, or? All right, we got these parts. Before covering, check the connectors, check the picture to highlight. Those ones I can't have screwed up on. That one I couldn't have screwed up on. That one was fine. We double checked that. That's fine. And then heat sink fan. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Guide the main cable through the upper hole on the right side. Okay, cable upper on the right side. Okay. I'm not going to show you guys this because there's not much to see. But I'm shoving a large cable through a grommet. At least I'm trying to. So far, the grommet's winning the war. There we go. Got it through. Oh, dang it. The grommet popped out again. This grommet does not like me. I will, once I turn this thing around a little bit, unless we're turning it around right now, I will put the grommet back in place. Okay, so it looks like I'm a little confused. Like, this seems like it has to be the part, but they changed up the printed part quite substantially, where like the bottom looks the exact same, right? Let me turn the camera. Actually, I need you guys up higher to see what I'm going to show. So the bottom part looks the same, but the top part has this like antenna thing sticking off of it. And I don't know why. It looks funky. I assume there's a purpose for it. Do I want bagels? Bagels sound bomb. I can wait until the stream's over if you want to wait until the stream's over. And like call it 45 minutes. It opens and closes to a macro. Oh, or too messy. I don't think it's too messy. I don't know. If you're fine with it, we'll just eat before we head out to gymnastics. I'll hold out for another like 45 minutes here. Got it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense then. Without that bit of knowledge, it just looks like this silly piece sticking up, and couldn't really pinpoint it, but I do remember hearing that there was a vent, and that makes sense then, that it uses a physical lever that the tool head's able to whack and open and close. There we go. All right, that is in. And then the other one is going on the other side. Let's see. Attachment cover left on the side. Okay, so note the protrusion on the underside of the cover. The protrusion must fit over its counterpart. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this guy, no, it goes like this. Where's the hole? Okay, the hole's right there. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Attach the printed cover left and left side, note the protrusion. So squeeze it in. I think that's what that's showing me. Maybe it's my wires that are interfering with the cover. Well, this guy looks like it should just slide on kind of like that. Something's missing here. There's the piece, let's see. Note the protrusion on the underside. Okay, okay, I see what it's saying. This basically slots into that piece. Okay, I think we're golden. Pretty sure I was overthinking things, but let's see if I can get this piece to tighten before I get too excited. There we go. I did it! Hip hip hurrah! Hey. Yeah, I was definitely overthinking that one. I still don't have that cover attached. I could not get it installed. Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. The instructions kind of, in my opinion, don't do a great job explaining it. But to be fair, I think it's hard to explain with photos. Like, it's a lot easier with a video. But basically, shove cables in as far as possible. This piece, the only piece that really matters, is this right here. So this top cover piece has like a little nub sticking out right here. And this piece that's part of the like carriage or clip or fan attachment point has a slight opening. So you sort of just shove that piece in there and almost use it as a hinge to then push the rest of the piece back in and tighten it. But yeah, the way it explains it, like the things that threw me off was this. It looks like I thought it was talking about the cover, but that's the blue is referring to just squeeze the wires and push them in. And then this just shows it kind of sliding down, which is not incorrect, but note the protrusion on the underside of the cover. The protrusion must fit in the counterpart in the Nextruder. Like, it's not a bad explanation. It's just a tough thing to show, I think, is really it with photos. Because it's black on black too, it just doesn't stand out. That's why I was overthinking it. Wait, let's go to a little bit quicker. All right. So, rotate the printer. Sweet. All right, we're plugging things in, man. Here, plugging things in. Okie dokie. So, man, these little like grommet things definitely don't like to stay where they're supposed to be. I'm gonna really quickly just have the camera on the front because there's not much to see for a sec here. I don't even know if I can get this one back in. Oh, come on, you are so close to being in the correct spot. Why are you fighting? Anybody else that has one of these printers, did they have issues with getting these guys to stay where they're supposed to be? Okay, that one seems like it's back in. Let's try to work on the other side now. I assume once it's all in place, like, it will be fine. It's just this, while I'm going through this period of shoving cables through it, it's causing them to pop out. Okay. I think I got them in. Now we can change to the back camera, and I will take you guys. I think it's only one cable actually, so we probably won't be back here for all that long. Okay, so this is the big cable that we have coming in. Rotate the printer, route the main cable through the left hole in the buddy board. Wait, really? That left hole has so much stuff already going through it. Alright, well, I have a feeling I'm going to pop out the little rubber grommet on this guy too. The grommet's like, why me? one's tight. I don't think any more cables should go through there. Okay. And then drop the main cable. Plug the main cable into the slot on the right side. I don't have enough. I have enough length. That is very tight. That does not route as clean. Did I do the wrong? I don't think I could have done the wrong cable. There was no other cable. Maybe if I can potentially loosen this screw in the corner back here and pull a little bit more, but I don't know that I'm gonna get that much more out of it. Like, I might get, I might be able to get a little bit more, I guess. Yeah, I'll try that. Where's the, it's like, that's right. The square peg goes in the round hole. It feels wrong. It feels wrong, but I realize that it seems like that's correct. Okay. Oops. Hold on. The magnet from my microphone hooked onto the printer and came off. That was probably loud. Oops. I don't know if I screwed anything up right now, guys. Sorry. It was kind of a strange... Here. I said I can do it from this side. Yeah, that works better. Okay, so I am loosening the screw. Just holding this cable in place. And I'm going to try to pull down a little bit. It's not really working. Yeah, it's definitely not really working. Let's try to loosen it some more. Oh, now it popped off completely. Okay, so let's... Man, that is tough to adjust. Okay. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, hopefully that is not going to be putting too much strain on this cable. It's funny, like the instructions say just to loosen this screw and you can slide the cable, but in my case that did not work. I had to like fully remove it. Now I'm struggling to get it back into its spot in the corner here. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like the printer still has enough reach. Let me change camera angles. But it looks like it can still reach that front corner. Like it wants to pull back. No, it's fine. That's just the way it is. And then yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. But now we should have quite a bit more pull here. Oh god, I lost the damn grommet, man. I like them for protecting the cables, but I just wish that they would. I wish that they didn't pop out quite so easily. Okay. Okay, that's about as much as I feel comfortable giving this cable as far as length goes. So let's see now if I pull this and get all that slack. Yeah, we're pretty much exactly where it wants us to be. Still maybe a hair tighter, but we're a lot better than we were. I don't know if it'll pass through. Yeah, it's a little bit tighter than I would like still. But it's better. Okay. Whew! They're a pain in the butt, but once you move away from the section. Yeah. I imagine like once I'm not shoving things through them, they're not going to be moving on me anymore. Yeah, I think that this cable could be slightly longer. I probably could pull a little bit more if I wanted to, but worst comes to worst, this like top zip tie here won't be able to fully grab that one, which is fine. It's this bottom two will fully grab it, so I'm not too worried. It's to secure the cables with the three. Okay. Yeah, so it wants us to do the zip tie stuff right now anyway. So we'll do that. So let's zip tie you. Zip tie. I don't know for this one what exactly I all want inside of the zip tie. Probably not this. Probably not this. It looks like it has all this basically in there. This too? Sure, in the party. Even the red cable probably can join the party. I probably could have had both. I think I screwed that up a little bit actually. The red cable probably should have gone through the bottom zip tie, but I'm not gonna redo that at this point. Yeah, we don't need to go too tight. I mean, it's really just about managing the cables a bit better. These guys can just kind of tuck on the side there. Okay. And then this top one. I don't know about this top one. We won't go tighter than that. I just don't want. It's probably fine. Okay. I don't think it looks great, I will say. I think it just looks like a bunch of cables zip tied into a box. This guy was my bad. I should have included him, I think, in the bottom here, but I'll just sort of tuck him. But once the cover's on, I mean, it really doesn't matter. As long as nothing's getting damaged. I didn't notice, but if you're adding the camera, run that cable now as well. I don't think I'm adding the camera. I sort of wish that I was. I talked to Armor a little bit about it, but yeah, it's fine. For the most part, I'm printing in the same room that I'm in. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Also, for anyone that's just hopping in, the giveaway link is open. We are going to... Oh my god, the Nextruder's done. We need sound effect. We'll do a little cheer action and...
That was easy.
That was awesome. Okay. Yeah, if you're not entered in, we have the giveaway open, and we will be doing our drawing in 5 minutes here. Oh my god, we're doing like bodywork and electronics. This is exciting. For the following steps, we should pair metal parts. Sweet! So let's flip this guy around again. All right, so we are looking for the one with 2 circles openings on top and the one with 1 circle opening on top. Got it. Pretty sure these are the pieces. And then we need M34 RTs. 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 8 screws. Okay, so attach the front right profile to the printer. Ensure you're using the correct profile. It should have 1 large round opening for the belt tension screw. So must be this guy. Yep. Okay. Secure the profile to the CoreXY using 2 M3 RTs. So at the very top. I don't see myself printing in the same room as I hang out. Oh man, yeah, I'm constantly printing in the same room that I'm in. Because upstairs is like my studio where most of the printers are and where I work at. It would be nice to have more printers running out here in the garage. Like I wouldn't be against setting up this at some point. These two are on just a dedicated circuit now, like these 2 connectors, so it would be nice. But yeah, for work and video stuff, like I have to have printers up there and be printing and monitoring and stuff like that. And getting footage. And getting footage of what, oops, I just realized I'm not even showing what I'm doing. Sorry about that. I got a little sidetracked. Yeah, I do run a, not always, but I try to when I'm running a lot of ABS, like a big room carbon HEPA filter, like air scrubber thing. I know that when I was doing like a lot of boron stuff initially, I had a V0 on my desk, I think, that was just printing out a bunch of ABS parts, and I did get a pretty gnarly headache from that. So I try not to do a ton of ABS, like without the scrubber going on. Thankfully, I haven't had that issue in years now, but yeah, if you have the option to not be chilling in the room that you're printing stuff in, it's probably not a horrible idea. Yeah, I agree. ABS and ASA definitely have a pungent smell, especially if they're not passing through some kind of a carbon filter. Even in some cases when they are passing through a carbon filter, they can stink. I've noticed. I've been printing a ton of ABS and ASA over the last couple days here. Oops, and I haven't smelt much of anything on the X-Max 4. I did still turn on the room scrubber, like just to have it on. Come on, dude. Probably shouldn't have tightened so hard. But it's been doing a surprisingly a good job of at least getting rid of the smell from it. There we go. Wow, just putting that front cover on makes it look so much more, or not front cover, but this front little corner piece. Really starting to make it look like it's getting there. Okay. Okay, 2 minutes and I'm gonna pull the 2 minutes I'm gonna pull the giveaway link. So if you haven't filled it out yet, click on the link. It is in chat pinned. Okay. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but to this side. Nope. Okay. Ah, that's what that hole's for. The door sensor hole up top here. Interesting. Okay, so where are the screws going for this? We are going here. I don't use the door sensor. It basically, what does it do? It basically just pauses it if the door is open during a print. I could see it being cool for like maybe kids or something like that. But Jackson knows pretty well to be careful around printers. The other day I was like trying to do something while the printer was running, and Jackson's like, "Daddy, be careful." And then I was like, I am. And then I moved my hand really quickly, said, like, "Daddy, don't do that," you know? So I'm like, I should probably practice what I preach. Okay, this one definitely wants to cross thread. So let me make sure I'm going in straight. Okay. Looks like you're aligned pretty good. Okay. Last one. All right, I am pulling the giveaway link from chat. If you're filling it out, another 2 minutes, and we'll do the drawing. So giveaway link is gone. Okay, so we got that done. Next up, top profile. Note that one of the profiles has 2 openings in the middle. This one belongs to the back. So we need 8 M3x4 RTs again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kid's finally asleep. Nice. We're gonna do the drawing in just a second here. I'm just trying to prep these last couple of screws. Maybe. 330s, 312s. Where are the tiny M34s? Interesting. I don't see them. We got M34 RTs. Are these M34s? These are M36s, I think. Alright, I'm confused. I don't know where these screws are. We'll find them after the giveaway. We're gonna do the giveaway, and then I'm gonna try to get these last 4 little panel pieces on, and then we're gonna call it there. The plan is next week we're printing. So. Alrighty. Let's see. We've got 76 responses. Nice. Oh. Okay, that's fine that you guys saw that. I just don't want to show. I don't want to show anyone's email. So. Boom! 76 responses. All right. So, for anyone new to one of our giveaways are provided by our lovely partner, Polymaker. They allow us to do a giveaway every single week, and it is a global giveaway. So, if you are the winner and you're in the US or Canada, you will get a gift card. Anywhere else, you can pick a spool up to $35 off of their website, which is super freaking cool. Winner will get an email from me within 24 hours, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. And if you are wanting to pick up some filament and support the channel, there is a link in the description over to their website, which doesn't cost anything extra to use the link, but it does a portion of each sale go back to supporting the channel. So never required, always appreciated, and thank you to everyone that has been doing that. So 22 shuffles for Earth Day, 27 shuffles. I'm not doing 6.9 shuffles. I like Earth Day. Colin, we're gonna do Earth Day. We're gonna do Earth Day for you, Colin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Wait. I think I did 21. All right, I think that's 22. I'm pretty sure. All right, everybody. Good luck to all of you. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And we're spinning. Danny Arnold, you are this week's winner. Let's see. Danny, you are this week's winner. Congratulations. You are the lucky filament or gift card giveaway winner. So be on the lookout. I will send you an email probably this evening that will have the form you'll need, and then there'll just be a unique code that you'll need to enter into the form to get the filament or gift card, depending on where you're at. So thank you everybody for, hey, there's Danny. Yeah, thank you everybody for entering in, and for Polymaker for providing the giveaway, and we will do this again next week. So, all right, we are going to try to wrap up the last little 4 side panel things that are in this section. The only thing I am missing at this point is M3 by 4 screws, which I'm like 99% sure we've used them before in this build, but I will, just for fun and not to search without, we're gonna check in here really quick. So M3 by 4 black screws, I think they would be in here. I'm like pretty sure. M3 by 4 black screws, we have not used them. Sweet. I feel like we've used every screw at this point, but apparently not this one. Super cool. I'm back. Okay, back on my computer and I can see everything more clearly. So far the build looks fantastic. You should drop by the stream tonight. What time are you streaming tonight? The main things I got going on is after this we're all taking off and going to gymnastics, and then tonight I'll be working on, oh, excuse me. Tonight I'll be working on the next video script. I don't have all the things I need to make the full script, but I'd like to get the intro done and the specs section. It's a printer review, so I'll definitely be around at some point. Okay, we need 3 of these guys. 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be on for a while. Okay. So Eastern, it's going to be 5 p.m. my time. Okay, I will try. So usually what happens is I do night, like bedtime for Jackson, and Aaron does Landon. Which by the time that's done is usually like 8:30 our time. So I'll try. I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll see if I can at least pull it up on my phone and pop in and say hello for a minute here. What do you work, or what did you say what you were doing tonight? If you join, you'll be able to see. Don't ever bother me about not using flux. Okay, we're soldering. Excellent. Okay. Be very careful when handling sharp metal. According to the picture, place a top profile with 2 holes on the flat side. Oh, we're attaching these pieces. Got it. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do this like around the printer. So we've got you like this, and we've got you like this. Not exactly. Yeah, this might work. Maybe. Okay, we gotta move you this way. Okay, so we got this little nub piece going this way. I think it's probably going under. I have to believe it's likely going under. Let's see if it's going under. Yeah, it sure is. And we're using what for that? Line the holes. I have to believe we're using the RT screws for this and not the socket head screws. Okay. I think that's right. And then we're gonna attach the other two, so let me move this out of the way. I'm doing Mark III to Mark IV S upgrade, no soldering, just Phil mentioning. Oh. Yeah, soldering on stream is always a little nerve-wracking to me. I've done it quite a few times, but it's definitely like yeah, it just requires focus. Okay, so I assume I'm not going to be able to assemble this whole thing because I don't have space. Like, I'll have to do it in the air. Using the same procedure in the other two profiles. Yeah. Okay, so like I suspected, we're going to do a square. So I'm just going to try to, like, build it in the air. So... see how realistic this is in a second. I think we can make it work. Okay, last one here. I can't wait to power this thing on. I'm like super excited. Next week it's happening. Alright, so that is on. Okay, those pieces are all on. Now I think we're attaching it to the top. Nope. Find the profile of the two openings in the middle. That is this guy. Add the profile assembly to the printer. Make sure the two openings are facing the back. Got it. So let me raise you guys up so you can see what's happening. Go up, and like this. Okay. Let's see if we can go higher. I'll take you guys all the way up. There we go. Alright, so this guy is just dropping in like this. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Alright, I think this goes over. Wait, maybe that is right. Aye, watch your hands. Watch your hands. Okay. Sick. Alright. Dude, it's looking like a Core 1. Once all the screws are in line, fit them in place. Okay. So we are attaching these guys. I feel like I don't have enough screws. I don't think I took out enough screws. Oops. Unless I was supposed to use these these M3-4 sockets for some of this, but I don't think so. Maybe I don't know, maybe I counted it wrong or something. Dude, it's like such a, from the last 2 weeks, how far this thing has come together is awesome. Is there any nice mods to seal the gaps? Oh, you mean like in the where the sheet metal meets each other? I'm curious to see how the panels go on. There is, I think I saw some like insulation foam stuff, so I'm a little bit curious to see like how bad the gaps are once that's all in place. But yeah, we definitely need more of these M3 RT things. So M3 4 RT, yeah. So let's at least take out 2 more. So I've got, okay, so yeah, we need 4 more. They have to, I mean, just thinking for like at least on the CoreXY, like they had to have figured out a way to cover those gaps. Because at least from what I've heard, like those machines print ABS and ASA really well, and I would think that having, you know, fairly large openings on all corners wouldn't be. Uh-oh. Yeah, that might have stripped that. I didn't put a ton of pressure, like I didn't put more than I did on the other ones, but definitely spinning a little bit. Yeah, I feel like it's at least, it's a good enough of a hold that it's still gonna be okay. Okay, so last one is going right here. Back. You can get caps, okay. All right. So there should still be these socket heads and these little plug things, nylon plugs. Okay, attach the back panel to the top profile with 3 nylon rivets. Okay, so Jack, I'll be right in, bub. Hold on. I'll be right there. You want to say hi? I think Jackie wants to say hi. I'm gonna end the stream in a sec here because I think I'm gonna try to eat something before we go to gymnastics. But sounds like Jack wants to say hi. I just am a little confused where the M3-4 socket heads were supposed to be used, unless there's something else that comes next here. There's not. Maybe I was supposed to use socket heads for... It's like right here, it shows, you know, M3-4s and then M3-4 8RTs. It almost seems like they wanted you to use them for these, which is kind of strange considering, like, the photo doesn't show that. That's not a socket head, but it does say M3x4 screws. So hopefully it's not an issue. It just seems a little odd to me. Yeah, it seems like that's what we were supposed to use them for.
Hopefully we have enough spares that that's not an issue. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna let Jack come say hi real quick. And then we'll probably call it. I might do, I don't know what this is. Part preparation. Oh, it's just more screws here. Yeah, let me, hold on. Let me grab Jack. Jack! Jackson! Did you want to say hi? Yeah. You gotta put shoes on though. You don't need shoes? You want me to try to carry you? I gotta be careful because my back though. Okay, my back's been hurting. Here. Ready? Oh. Uh-oh. This box is on the stool. I'll move him. Hold on.
Hi.
Hold on. I don't think they can see you. No, they can't see you. Hold on.
I wish you meeting.
You what?
I wish you meeting.
You like my meeting?
Yeah.
Thanks, baby. All right.
It's a new picture.
Yeah. Can you say hi now to the camera?
Hi.
Yeah, how's it look? How's it look, Jack?
It's very prettiful.
Very, very prettyful?
See move.
You don't see it move? Look. Pretty cool, huh? It's gonna put his lights on it, and we gotta put a cover on it so that way it's enclosed, and put a door on it and a screen, and it's pretty much ready to print, dude.
I have all shoes in my toolbox.
You have your own tools in your toolbox?
Yeah.
Like mine? You have a, oh yeah, you have a little toolbox, huh?
Those.
Yeah, like mine? Everyone says hi. They say good afternoon, Jack. He says thank you. You excited to go gymnastics in a little bit? Yeah?
Mommy can't know me.
Mom said you can't play Mario game? No. Did you already play Mario game? You didn't play today at all? Okay. You ready to go inside? Daddy's gonna come inside in a couple minutes, okay?
One button.
You press one button? That's fine. You can press one button. Alright. Just one button. Pick wisely. Pizza time. That is a good one. Okay. I'll carry you back now, okay? I'm gonna just put a couple more screws in, then I'll be right in, okay? Say bye, everybody. You tired? No, you're zoning out. All right, come here. Let me carry you. Wait, what do you think? Gotcha.
Oh, I want my leg.
Yeah, you wrap your legs like a gorilla or something. All right, Daddy, be in just a few minutes, okay? I'm gonna put a couple more screws in this printer, okay?
Okay.
All right, love you. Watch out, monkey. All right, we're like very close to calling it. I am just going to put a couple more screws in. It looks like, let's see if we go here. We are using more of those M3 4RTs, which I'm starting to get a little concerned that we might not have enough for this full build, because I just used 4 for the top piece when it seems like I wasn't maybe supposed to. So if I have to, I'll swap them out. I'm kind of hoping that we end up having enough. So this is saying basically we're attaching it the frame pieces. So okay. Oh, you guys can't see, can you? Dang it. So the Gantry, or like the CoreXY frame platform, I don't know what exactly the technical term is, that we built last week,
It's attached in the front, but it's floating at the back. So right now, this guy, like it goes up and down in the back. So what we're doing now is securing it into place. So I need to lift this up a little bit, so that way the hole is properly aligned, and hopefully this just tightens down. Perfect. And then we are attaching it also, which I'm not going to show you guys, but we're attaching it at the back, at the right, basically the exact same location, but just at the back. And then I'm going to do exactly that again, but on the opposite side. So that way, there's 4 screws in total going in. Oh. Okay, this side does not want to go in, because there always has to be one side on every build that gives you some crap. There we go. Okay, final screw. Not final screw of the build, not even close, but final screw for this. Okay, let's take a quick peek at what's next, but I think that's where we probably leave it off. What is this? Side sensor base. Okay, so this is what we have to build next week. Side sensor base. Okay. So one more cable, finally putting the NFC thing in. Electrical connections, NFC, cover on that, spool holder. And then panels, basically. It's possible. This is the Prusa Core 1 conversion kit manual, so maybe they never updated it. I don't know. There's been a couple things that have been slightly different from the manual to what I've had here. We're gonna do next week's stream at 11 o'clock too. I want to have full 3 hours to get through this and try to get the printer printing. So just a heads up for anyone that's coming next week that we are going to have the earlier stream as well, just to give us that extra hour. So on that note, I'm going to head out. We've got about 20 minutes or so before we got to take off, and I need to eat something. So thank you guys for hanging out. Print the new version of You Have the Old Hardware, Save the Steps. Yeah, I mean, this should have whatever. This should have all the pieces. So I don't know. I'll use whatever they've got, and then I could always upgrade later on. Hey, Luke. Yeah, we kicked some butt today. I'm really happy with the way this thing's looking. I mean, once we getting the Gantry on was exciting. Seeing the toolhead come together was really exciting, but just putting on these last couple, like, you know, sheet metal pieces on the top and the front sides, like, it just looks like a Core 1 Lite at this point now, you know? It just needs its panels, its doors, and a couple little things here and there. So I'm really hoping by the end of next week's stream we've fired off a print. And then maybe the following week is just like a chill, a little bit shorter of a stream where we just kind of do some printing on it, and then we jump into the next build. But that's kind of what my goal is right now. Excuse me. Will it happen? I don't know exactly. We shall see, but that is at least what I'm thinking. So I hope everybody has an awesome week. I won't have a video out this Saturday. I've been doing like every other week because the videos have been just super involved. So I'll be working on a video this week, but it won't be out until next Saturday. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you, everybody. We had a ton of return, like membership renewals, gifted memberships, and some donations today. So thank you, everybody, for all the support. Congratulations again to our winner from our spool giveaway, and I hope you guys all have a lovely night and a wonderful week, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Take care.